Just how massive is the US military compared to other world powers? The numbers are staggering. Today, we're diving into the sheer scale at which America's armed forces operate, from personnel and budgets to cutting-edge technology that keeps the US ahead of the curve. Number 1. The numbers. Let's start with personnel. The US military has roughly 1.3 million active service members, ranking 3rd or 4th globally. China and India top the list, but here's the kicker. They have triple the population of the United States. China, with 1.41 billion people, fields 2.03 million active troops. India, at 1.42 billion, has 1.45 million. The US just 336 million people. That means America's ratio of active military personnel to total population is nearly triple that of China and India. The US is significantly more militarized relative to its population size, but the real mind-blowing figure is the money. The US military accounts for 40% of the entire world's military spending. That's 2/5 of all global defense budgets wrapped up in one nation. America spends more than the next 10 countries combined when measured in raw US dollars. In 2024, the US military budget hit roughly $900 billion, yet this represents only 3.4% of GDP, ranking 9th globally. Compare that to history. During the Vietnam War, it was 10% of GDP. During the Korean War, 14%. The economy has grown so much that even record-high spending is proportionally smaller than decades past. Number 2. The Army. So where does all this money and manpower go? Let's break down the 6 branches, starting with the Army. The U.S. Army commands roughly 450,000 active troops, plus 330,000 in the National Guard, and 188,000 in the reserves. Its mission: complete land dominance anywhere in the world. The backbone of Army firepower is the M1 Abrams tank, 4,600 of them. This beast has been pivotal since the Gulf War in 1991, and continuous upgrades keep it relevant in modern warfare. It's so cost-effective and versatile that the US scrapped plans for a replacement. In the Russo-Ukrainian War, the Abrams has proven superior to Russia's T-90 tanks time and again. Supporting these tanks are 6,100 Bradley infantry fighting vehicles, dubbed the best vehicle of the Ukraine war. With advanced thermal optics and a devastating 25mm autocannon, Bradleys can shred enemy armor while moving. 2 Bradleys famously destroyed a Russian T-90 in Avdiivka. Then there's the Striker, 4,200 versatile 8-wheeled vehicles that can be customized for reconnaissance, medical support, anti-tank missions, or even NBC warfare. The latest models sport a 50-kilowatt anti-air laser system capable of obliterating targets. Add in 125,000 Humvees, thousands of other armored vehicles, and you've got one of the largest ground vehicle fleets on Earth. Number 3. The Air Force. Now let's take to the skies. The US Air Force is arguably the primary reason America dominates globally, with 690,000 total personnel and 5,200 aircraft, including 1,500 fighter jets. The Air Force creates zones of complete air superiority worldwide. The fleet includes 789 F-16s, 430 F-15s, 178 F-22 Raptors, and 116 F-35 Lightning IIs. The F-22 remains unmatched, superior to China's J-20 in stealth, agility, and combat-tested technology. Russia's Su-57 can't compete either, which is why Moscow was so desperate to keep F-16s out of Ukraine. The F-35 is the real game-changer. Designed for versatility, it can operate in stealth mode with smart bombs or beast mode with 16 missiles. Transmits real-time battlefield data to other aircraft and ground forces, acting as a flying reconnaissance platform. The Air Force has ordered 1,763 more F-35s to replace aging F-15s and F-16s. But here's what really sets the US apart: transport capability. With 677 transport jets and 213 helicopters, the Air Force can deploy troops anywhere on Earth rapidly. Combined with other branches, the US operates 5,700 helicopters, the largest helicopter arsenal in the world. Russia, in second place, has just 1,547. Number 4. The Navy and Marines. The US Navy is the world's largest by tonnage, with 335,000 active personnel. It operates 11 aircraft carriers, 75 destroyers, and 64 submarines. To put that in perspective, China has 2 carriers, Russia has one. The US has more carriers than the rest of the world combined. The crown jewel is the Gerald R. Ford-class carrier. With electromagnetic aircraft launch systems, (EMLS), it can launch 33% more flights per day than older carriers. 2 nuclear reactors let it stay at sea indefinitely. It's bigger than the Nimitz class, but needs 20% fewer crew. 3 more Ford-class carriers are under construction. The Marine Corps, with 180,000 active personnel, is evolving rapidly. They've ditched M1 Abrams tanks to become leaner and more focused on literal combat against China. The new strategy, set up on islands in the South China Sea, and use long-range precision missiles to sink billion-dollar Chinese ships with million-dollar weapons. As Marine Corps Commandant General Eric Smith put it, "If we can sink one of your $1.5 billion ships with a $1.5 million missile, we're a threat." And that may change the calculus. This force design plan will free up $12 billion for reallocation while making the Marines a devastating anti-Navy force. Number 5. Space Force in the future. The newest frontier is space. Established in 2019, the U.S. Space Force protects America's 250 military satellites, roughly half of all military satellites in orbit. With just 8,941 active members, it's the smallest branch but critically important. The X-37B unmanned spaceplane is a key asset, launching like a rocket, delivering payloads to orbit, then landing on a runway. It's upgrading satellite stealth technology and preparing the U.S. for the new space race. But here's the challenge. Recruitment is down 40% since 1987. The military misses recruitment targets by 10,000 to 15,000 people yearly. Less than 10% of young Americans, age 16-21, express interest in serving. Nearly 80% of new recruits now come from military families. Is this a crisis? Not necessarily. The U.S. is adapting with technology, unmanned drones, AI, reduced crew requirements on ships, and streamlined forces like the Marines. With most of the world's top 10 militaries as allies through NATO and the Quad, America doesn't need total dominance, just a technological edge. The U.S. military remains the most advanced fighting force in the world. 40% of global military spending, unmatched air superiority, naval dominance, and cutting-edge technology keep America and its allies ahead. As warfare becomes more technological and less personnel dependent, the U.S. is positioning itself for the future. The question isn't whether the U.S. military is declining, it's how it will continue to evolve and maintain its edge in the decades ahead. What do you think the future holds? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.